Toyota Prado with a 1KD engine, cranking no start fault. And in this video I'm going to show you how I found and fixed this issue. So having cranked over the engine, we listened to it, we could hear a consistent swing, good battery voltage, had a nice fast cranking over and then no start on it. I checked the fault codes to see if there was anything stored, and as you can see here, there was no codes present. That led me on to the next check, and I'm under the bonnet here. This is the primary fuel filter assembly. I'm pointing down to the hose which goes down to the injection pump, and that is an easily accessible line that has a primer on the top of it. So if you want to check the fuel delivery, we can push down on the actual primer to see if it's coming through with fuel, but also crank the engine over and see if it's got the ability to pump fuel from that lift pump that's in the tank all the way up to the fuel filter here down to the injection pump. And in this case it wasn't capable of doing it. Using that clear water bottle, I was able to see that the fuel delivery was not present, nothing was coming through, and there was an issue with the lift pump for one reason or another, not capable of pumping fuel up to this part. So that led me on to the next check, which in this instance was remove the complete tank and put it down on the floor. And the reason for that was restricted access inside in the actual vehicle. This particular vehicle does have a hatch, which means if you have good access inside in the interior, you can get up to that hatch opening, which I'm highlighting there, and you can get on top of the fuel pump. But we're in a workshop, no big deal. We do have the transmission jacks, etc., which makes this quite easy to take down, and I did want to have a very good look at the tank and do some testing down there. So whether we have an electrical issue, whether we have low fuel, whether we have a contaminated lift pump strainer, we're able to do all these checks now and confirm that. So with the tank out, which is a straightforward job when you're disconnecting just a few lines, I'm able to look inside the tank. And what you're seeing here, while extremely blurry, is a capture of the inside of that tank. I didn't realize how bad this capture was when I took it initially. I had already started to clean out the tank. It was heavily contaminated, and this is me just taking a capture of the remaining parts that still has to be done. I had this tank shook sideways to try and get as much of it as possible, and it was pretty clear this vehicle had run dry a number of times. And when you look at this is the fuel pump and cinder unit assembly, and you can see the strainers are extremely blocked. It's running black, it's in very, very poor condition, and I imagine this had either poor fuel for a long time or run dry a high amount of times. But the main thing is you're going to have to do a lot of cleaning on this one. I did recommend the complete assembly to be done, but we just got guided to change the fuel pump itself, and that means that we need to do as much cleaning as possible and have every area as good as possible when we're putting it back together. Now, I did believe that the fuel cylinder unit wasn't reading exactly perfect either. I think the fuel was probably out by a little bit because the level didn't correlate exactly to what was on the dash, but that's neither here nor there. That's a customer's decision. This is the latter part of the cleaning. I'm just showing how I got everything out as good as possible within the time allowed. Now, the tank was nice and clean, and what you're seeing here is a warning of the new fuel pump stating that it probably failed previously due to contamination in the fuel tank. That's absolutely true. A lot of the time it's due to poor fuel, running low a lot of the time, or heavily contaminated fuel supply, which causes this to fail. So it's saying to replace the inline fuel filters as well, which this one does have a secondary one at the rear. That gets replaced before everything goes back together. I replace the primary fuel filter also, and then when everything is back, it's time to test the vehicle. So I'm just on the final road test now, and this vehicle is ready to go back to the customer. The cranking no start fault has been rectified. We have fixed that fuel pump, we've cleaned up the tank, we've put in that secondary fuel filter and the primary fuel filter, and we have cleaned through the lines as well. Really hope you enjoyed this video. Hope you found it useful and informative. If you did, please like, share, comment and subscribe, and I hope to see you in the next one. Thanks for watching.